Hey there, Foppers, and welcome back to Western every single video game. That's right, absolutely all of them. Today we're back with more Lobotomy Corporation, and we did regain Twilight equipment in the previous episode, and we already have all Paradise Lost equipment as well. So we have really most of the gear we'll need. I do want to just grind out to get the remaining WoW and especially Aleph gear we can get with the abnormalities we have at this point in time, because we can still get quite a few bits of ego there, and I think that will just come in handy for us, just to have access to it immediately. So if we get bad rolls on a reset, or just whatever happens, really, we don't have to worry. So we need to work with King of Greed. Of course we need to work with you, that's not to get gear, we have your gear, but we need to work with you anyways. We need to work with Army in Black. Send in red, you can still strengthen a little bit. I think we have your gear, yeah we sure do, we can really see it on the boxes too. We need to work a little bit with Yin here. Send in Jute for you. Not too much, we only need 7 boxes. Oh wait, we have enough, okay. In game we have enough. It's just outside of game we don't. It's because of clerks. Cool. We basically... yeah, that's the Aleph gear there. Amazing. We have that. King of Greed releasing now would be incredibly annoying. It feels like it's gonna happen. Send in Infernum to do attachment work. That must be successful, right? And what else are we missing now? Feel like that's pretty much it. The Naked Nest? No. Guess we just work with you. I did want to try training the cool thing, but you're not quite there when it comes to attachment yet. So I guess we just send in someone. What else are we missing? We might just straight up be good. We actually might straight up be good. Do we even bother finishing this day? If that's the case. I don't think there's a point. Oh, we need to work with Queen Bee, of course. How could I forget? One of my most hated abnormalities. Insight work is good there. Good to know. We probably want to keep working with you. Yeah, we do. We don't even have all the Aleph equipment. Did we have a very high success chance? Not anymore. Just do some random work then. And we send in someone there as well. Sure. Yeah, so I have just been absolutely addicted to... I started playing Islands of Insight yesterday. I have played like 10 hours. I cannot stop playing. It's such a good game. It's a puzzle game. And it's... oh, it's brilliant. There are puzzles literally everywhere. There are some gripes I have with like the development and the publishing of the game. They did that in a way that is sort of not necessarily anti-consumer. I guess that's a word to describe it. Not handled too well, let's just say that. They could have and should have handled the game better upon release. I didn't even know this when I started playing, but apparently it used to be an online game, and I knew this. I knew it used to be an online game because I heard of it on release. I'm into puzzle games and stuff, so I kind of follow sometimes, especially when like big new titles are released, and this was a very hyped for title upon release, at least in the communities I was in. And it used to be online, and now when I started playing, I saw that I had an option that said play offline. I didn't see the play online button, so I didn't care, because I didn't really feel like playing online anyways. So it was fine by me either way, so I didn't go looking for it. Didn't pay much more thought to it really. Well, apparently the go online button doesn't exist anymore. They took down the servers like 9 months after the game released, which is insanely fast, I think. And also, they put out like a Steam announcement, like celebrating that they had What's going on? What's going on? Is that punishment bird? What's going on down here? Yin and yang? What? Oh no. We need to do a day reset then probably. I would guess. Yeah. We are doing this for ego equipment, remember? So that's enough of a loss to justify a day 1 reset. There was a meltdown. I didn't catch the meltdown, I think. I'm so used to not having to worry about meltdowns these days, so I'm kind of forget about it all the time. Okay. Well, we just do a restart here. But like they did a Steam post, like update announcement, like praising that they now finally had an offline mode. And then in that same announcement it was like, by the way, the servers are going down in a month, so if you want your save progress to be remembered, you need to download it before then. And if you didn't catch that announcement, you just lost all your progress in the game. So that sucks, especially because it's actually a massive game. It's got many hours of content, which is great. That's one of its biggest strengths. But when you lose... Oh, I forgot to move people around for White Knight. You're over there. That sucks. You are there. It's fine, you can go. You can go. I don't really care about training my employees, so it's fine. Yeah, so it's a huge game, it's got a lot of content, one of its biggest strengths. So you just lose all of it. People lost dozens of hours, probably some people would have lost hundreds of hours, you know? And that's really sad, especially given that the game was only out in like 8 months before that announcement or something. I'm not sure of the exact timeline, I think that's about correct. I might have the numbers slightly mixed up. That's very, very unfortunate. It's a huge disservice to the community, I think. I mean, I get maybe they didn't see the value of keeping the servers up, maybe they weren't doing the numbers they were wishing for. But still, like, it's kind of, like, especially less than a year, people will never expect the servers to go down in that amount of time. And it is a shame. It is a shame. The game itself is great. If you are into puzzle games, I highly recommend checking it out. And I do have videos out on it now too, so if you have no idea what it is, you could check that out too if you're into puzzle games. It's got a lot of different types of puzzles, mostly like logic grids. It's sort of reminiscent of games like The Witness. If you're into puzzle games, I'm sure you know about that one. I mean, it's not the same game by any means. It doesn't really have that exact type of puzzle, but it does have those like grid puzzles in an open world to go around and find them. But there are also a ton of different puzzles, and they are literally everywhere. Another kind of messed up thing in that game, at least I think so, is that it kind of it resets the puzzles. Like, not all of them, but just like the lower tier ones. And that's also very lame to me, especially in offline mode. I don't really see the value of resetting puzzles. I think they like change the puzzles out, that's how they fit so many puzzles in. But once they like cycle back or whatever, the puzzles you have done, they show up as not being done. So you kind of need to remember what you've done, and given there are so many puzzles, you're not gonna remember you have done all those puzzles. And that's also something I find to be a huge shame. I think I've seen a lot of people complain about that. I actually installed a mod that would make it so that wasn't the case. I felt like that was fair, and that would make my experience way better. So that's what I did. But I have had a good time so far. It's so fun to just walk around and I've said it in that game before too. Like it's, I feel like it's perfect if you got like ADHD or something, you know, because you just there's always something to look at no matter which direction you look. There's something to do. You just turn around and oh, there's something to be distracted by, you know. It took me like 5 hours or something to just get to the tutorial area, and well, not the first tutorial area because it spawns you there, but like the second, like the first tutorial quest kind of. It took me so long to get there because I didn't do quests, I just played for fun, you know, looking all over the place. And I think that's a very fun game. So but I haven't been able to stop. It's almost been a problem. Not really a problem, but you know, I've had things to do and just I've played it until the very last minute, multiple times now too. Just very last minutes, and I mean, I get my obligations done, you know. If I have promised to do something or if I have some sort of appointment or something, I always prioritize that. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. It's just too goddamn addicting. To me, anyways. It's a perfect fit for me, really, in that sense. I wish the original game just had an options that would allow you to not do the same puzzles over and over again. If it did, that would have actually made it a perfect game. Okay, but enough about that. I mean, that's really all I have to talk about because that's all my day has been. That's all that's happened since the last episode. It's that stupid game. And not quite. I mean, I was out with a friend today, you know, we played chess for a while. That was a good time. I love a good game of chess. We're like about the same skill level too, which makes it feel really good. Because it's like a proper challenge, but it feels doable, you know. That's what I like. I don't like when I play against someone who's just miles better than me and I will never win. I also don't like when I just absolutely destroy someone and maybe even I have to like play worse than I know I can just to make it fair, or you know, I like being able to think and consider my moves in chess and games in general, really, and actually play well, as good as I possibly can. I always like doing my best in that kind of thing. But yeah, you can't always do that because some people aren't very good at chess. Some people never really learned it, I guess. I've had a lot of time to just learn chess, so I've been playing that just a lot, like in periods, over the entirety of my life, really. And it's fun. I love playing chess and puzzle games in general. What I really like about chess is that I really appreciate that it's not luck at all. It's all a matter of skills. As opposed to, like, I love card games, and I love when there are like, I love the random chance things in card games, for example. I do. It's very fun and refreshing sometimes, and it kind of balances the playing field too. If two people are of different skill levels, a good or a bad hand can really make or break it, you know. So it's kind of fair, although if you are skilled, you're probably gonna have an advantage in most card games. I realize that, like, I kind of dislike dice games in general, most of the time. It depends entirely, but I feel like when it comes to dice, more often than not, it's too luck-based for me. Again, there are a lot of dice games, and that's not always true, but for the most part, that's my thoughts on dice games. And yeah, I know it's not always like that. Every now and then, certain dice games are a lot of skill. They can be as much skill as like a card game at least. What I really like is like deck building games. You know, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering growing up, for example. Started with Pokemon cards, of course. I mean, who didn't have Pokemon cards? Of course, we didn't really play it starting out. It was more just a collectible. I guess that's the experience for a lot of people. These days, well, these days might be an exaggeration, but well, when it comes to card games in general, like collectible card games, they are not collectible to me, they are definitely games. We did try, of course. I feel like a lot of people probably ended up trying, like playing Pokemon cards, like properly. I don't know if that's a universal experience, I'm just guessing that it's universal for everyone who had Pokemon cards growing up. What gear am I even looking for now? Wait. What gear am I looking for? We have Army in black. We are missing the B, of course. No, we have the B. We have the B. We have Yin's gear. We have Yin's gear. What else are we missing? We need... Wait, am I confused? We have Army in black. We have all the gear. I don't need to play anymore. I can literally do rewind to memory repository. Yes. And then we should just have everything. In theory, we could have just done this after every piece of gear we got as well. No reason to do so or not to do so, really. Just like when Yin and Yang breached, for example, we wouldn't have an issue there. Just check like Army in black for me, please. We have your gear. We should have everything. That's pretty damn good. That means we can just do a day 1 reset. Oh, it sucks having to do this. I really don't want to, but we need to, I think. First day. This is so sad. This is so sad. Nice shoes. Re-extract me. Thank you. Oh, I know there's like a glitch where you can have someone other than one sin be your first abnormality. I think if you do a day 1 reset on the select screen or something, I don't know. You are supposed to be able to. I mean, that doesn't seem very good to me. Like, your first employee is gonna suck, you have no way of like strengthening them. So if you get maybe like with the level 3 stats and everything, we could have like an HE abnormality or something and that would be fine. But we get to WoW and higher and it's impossible. Okay, we're gonna need to hire someone. And I'm gonna press random a few times there. 3 more times. There we go. This is gonna be one. Can we type out all of this? And 100 good deeds fan. We don't need to shorten it, it's cool. This is gonna be 1 deed and 100 good sins fan. Oh, 100 good sins, that doesn't make any sense. That's your name, right? 1 sin and hundreds of good deeds. It's not 100, it's hundreds. This is fine. That's close enough. We have our 2 employees, Acacia and 1 sin and 100 good deeds fan. Okay, we need to begin management now. And, well, I guess 1 sin can do this. I do have another employee suggestion. I think your name was Jacob. I'm gonna get you added too. And just 1 sin has been requested for so long, I just didn't want to do it because I knew I had to like reset it away a bunch after day 41. So that's kind of higher prioritized because it's been so long. It's been so long. But we're gonna get you, I guess, in just the next day. I'm gonna try to get a lot of people going here, and then I guess I'm gonna try to see, do we want to train here? Sure, we can do that. I just mostly went for getting the gifts on both of them because it's not the best to train against. We did get temperance 4 though, so that's something. It's something. And now we have enough for 2 more employees as well. So I'm curious to see what we get here. Do we get a new one? Not here. Punishing Bird is never bad. Open Can of Welchers is never bad. Fair Festival is annoying. Take Punishing Bird. I guess the only thing is that we don't use Black Swan equipment, but that's not a major issue, really. We should be able to survive that. I'll also realize I forgot to equip my employees with gear, which is fine. Gonna hire Jacob here. Here you go, Jacob. That's you. Part of the Lobotomy Corporation once more. Okay, and then we need to equip some people with some stuff. I guess we can do WoW equipment, I think. Just do whatever for now. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. You all just get some gear. This works, and this works. Great. You all have something, you're looking good. Begin management. We are still in easy mode, but at least we have a couple of different abnormalities to work with now. So that's something. I'm gonna try for the gifts, I guess, if anything. The gifts would be quite nice to have. There are no threats that could possibly befall our facility at this point in time, so we can just chill, really. There's nothing that could mess us up massively here. Okay, what do you... Jacob. Then we do just keep training once in and 100 good deeds fan. Yeah, so I'm really into like physical games. I really enjoy physical games. It's always a good time. I generally prefer when they have less or no luck. There aren't a lot of board games like that have like no luck. Like a little bit of luck, that can be very fun, depending on the circumstances. No luck, very few games have that. I've spoken of this before, but like, I like the feeling of getting good at something. I also like when a game is fair. So, in most situations, if you're playing with someone who plays games and board games very casually and don't have like, aren't used to expert techniques and stuff, whatnot, it's gonna be more fun to play some sort of card game or something that involves a bit of luck. I think it's incredibly boring if it's entirely luck-based or almost entirely luck-based, no matter what. I don't see the value of that at all. Then it would be better to like watch a movie or something, you know, or just sit around and chat, whatever. Anything really. We're still missing 2 abnormalities, so I'm kind of trying for those. Scorched Girl is not annoying. We can do Scorched Girl. She should give slightly more experience than Welchers, so it's probably better to just have her. I don't really want any Teth abnormalities if we don't have to take them. Then again, I don't want impossible abnormalities either, so there's that balance, you know, of the ones that are easy to work with but also give a lot of experience. We can just send it, begin this. Of course we do Insight. We can do Jacob there, once in there, and Acacia there. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I mean, they're not anywhere near their stat caps. I probably should trade them a little bit more. I do feel like I want more abnormalities first. Maybe I'm just being a silly goose. We don't get enough experience to justify spending time here. Especially not when everyone starts with level 3 everything. That seems like a ridiculous ask, if you ask me. We do anything else? Oh, it's Insight, really. That's the only thing of value there. We go on to next day here. That's pretty good. Just need Punishing Bird to be finished. Yeah, just speed through this first few days, I guess. I guess we do that. No major level ups makes sense. I feel like we were like really rolling around in lob points when we first did the meltdowns and stuff. we don't want Skin Prophecy, I think. We want Heart of Aspiration. Take Heart of Aspiration. I don't know if we're missing any tools. I don't think we are, but I'm not sure. I think, based on the comments I've gotten, I think I'm missing at least one regular abnormality out of the 2 things I'm missing. I think I'm missing 1 non-tool. Just because I kind of got clued into an abnormality I don't remember at all. but then again, it might just be an abnormality that I do not remember at all. Because that's also par for the course for me. So it could go either way on that. We can do attachment on you. I guess that makes sense. We do attachment there. Just keep training Acacia on 1 sin. Guess we should do 1 sin fan on you. It's just, I don't know, I like to have the viewer suggested characters be the strongest one and then the non-viewer suggested be the weaker ones. Oh, you did really bad there. Huh. Also, it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to get Jacob the gift, I guess, if anything. That would also work. That would also work with a meltdown. Doesn't really mean anything to us right now. So it's all good either way. Does anyone know, is it smart to spend lob points on strengthening and then train? Or is it smart to train and then spend lob points on strengthening the rest of the way? Does it matter at all? Does 1 lob point spent give you the same amount of stat points no matter when in the process you do it? You know, it costs more for the later levels, but you also get more stats. So does that like equal itself out? Or is there a way to min-max this? Because if there's a way to min-max this, I'm not gonna look for it necessarily, but if someone knows, I wouldn't mind being told so. Just so I know I don't need to waste extra time or have extra headache for having 2 weak employees. Okay, this is all cool. This is all cool. Yeah, I'm just excited to get on to the days again, you know. We can just do that. That works. Go there. Thank you. On to the next day. We're not gonna have any major changes. We should hire some employees. We probably should. The issue is that I don't really remember off the top of my head what employees look like and stuff. I do have all of that, I just don't have it prepared. So, gonna need to get to that later, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that next episode instead, hiring more employees. I do want all departments to have 5 employees. I think that's basically necessary for the Bina suppression. Maybe I'm wrong though. We could certainly go with 3 employees in each department. That might work. As long as we don't... As long as our employees aren't too strong, you know? At some point, we don't have anywhere to spend our lob anyways, we might as well just hire new employees. Maybe it's better to just have great employees everywhere. I don't want to train them to max with lob points because they're gonna get to max naturally, or close to max naturally, at some point in time anyways. What I'm thinking is, like, depending on how you fight Bina, there are multiple strategies. One strategy is to just send everyone in a department to battle her, and then if she performs a meltdown on an abnormality, just send one of those into the abnormalities unit. And in that scenario, having 3 or 4 employees per department works just as well as having 5. The alternative is to have like 5 in every department, and then the 5th one, since there are only 4 abnormalities, the 5th, maybe the 4th one, depending on what tool you have, can be just on a kill squad that goes around and takes out Bina permanently. I don't know what strategy is better. The first strategy would require a lot more average strength, for sure. Re-extract me, just in case we have something new. Pupa Day is doable, Void Dream is doable. Today Shy Look is annoying. Do Void Dream, that seems like... Void Dream very rarely breached last time. It was basically just when something else breached them. So that shouldn't be too bad. It's also good for training attachment, which we want to train. Okay, well, that's gonna have to do for this episode today, folks. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next one. And remember, if you want to become a follower just like us, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free, and it really helps me out. Anyways, have a nice day, and goodbye.